out here today, and I wanted to share a couple of etiquette tips for you members here at El Macero. You've noticed as you've come to the practice range some brand new white range dividers separating our hitting stations at the driving range, provided by our friends at Custom Gate and Access, and they say please aim at the blue flag. And the reason that we've asked our members to make that your alignment point is to make the range as long as possible so you long hitters keep the golf balls in our practice facility. Also, if you were aiming too far to the right, you might have some balls go on to number 5, and it's never fun when you're in the right rough to be looking for your ball, but also come across all these practice balls. So these white range dividers are helping all of us with aiming at the blue flag regardless of the club that you're hitting. Another thing I wanted to show you is a couple examples of bad divot patterns and good divot patterns that we want to see on our practice facility so that all of us as a whole are trying to maintain the turf in the best condition possible. So here's an example of a divot pattern that uses up a whole lot of turf. You can see this whole big area right here was used by somebody or a couple different people, and there's a lot of good turf left in the middle of what is essentially now kind of a used up area of turf. So this is an example of poor divot usage on the driving range. Let me show you an example of a good one. Right here you can see that somebody started hitting right here and worked their way backwards with their divots, and when they've used up about a 3-foot swath, they moved back on over here and started again. You can see how tight this divot pattern is, and that helps preserve the turf, not just for the person using that hitting station, but for all the members throughout the rest of the day. And that allows us to ensure we have the best turf quality as possible out here on our practice facility. If you have any questions about any of these tips, please ask us in the golf shop. We'll be happy to help. Just like on the putting surfaces, when we ask you to fix 2 or 3 ball marks so that the golfers behind you on the golf course can enjoy the best surfaces possible, the same applies in the bunkers. There is a proper protocol for where to leave the bunker rakes when you exit a bunker. So after you've hit your shot, you're going to rake the bunker sand, try to make a surface as good as possible so that if the player behind you has a ball that lands in your bunker rakes, it's nice and flat and playable out of. And then when you leave the bunker, we do ask that at El Macero you place the rake in the same spot every time to ensure that we have consistency and no disruption to the players behind you. And that's at a 90-degree angle over the bunker lip with just the handle facing out. Thanks for your cooperation.